Hello everybody. I was able to do one more video. Now this video is really important because some of you are not aware of words and some of you are not aware of what you're saying. And when it comes to words, you have to know how powerful they are. So when you realize how powerful words are, you will no longer say certain words, because when I realized how powerful words were and how they are just like magic and how they make you feel means everything. So think of it this way. When you say certain words, you have to pay attention to how they make you feel inside. If you say a word and it makes you feel negative, meaning it makes you not feel good, it doesn't satisfy you in a way, don't say them, because words will become you. Your thoughts become things, and how you think becomes who you are, and how you feel becomes who you are, and then how you think and how you feel becomes your reality. And you really do not want to do that. So when you become aware of how you're thinking, how you're talking, and how you're feeling, that is when the whole game changed. So the two most important words that you can ever say is I am. I have posted about I am nonstop. Affirmations, mantras, intentions, prayers, all the same things, words. You are just spelling, which means, you know how they talk about casting spells? Okay, that's spelling. They all talked about witches and how bad they were, blah, blah, blah. Well, spelling is just saying words. That's why it's spelling. They say spelling words, casting spells. Like, it's just spelling, and you are casting spells when words come out of your mouth. You're casting spells all day long. You're casting spells when you're writing words. Like, everything that you're doing with words is casting spells. And how you can become aware of those words that you're saying is pay attention to how they make you feel. If you say a certain word and it makes you feel just not good, like it's just not good, that means it's bringing your vibration down low. You do not want to vibe low. You always want to vibe high. Whether you vibe high all the time or not, it's not going to happen. You need both. You need both negative to have a positive. You need a positive to have a negative. You have to have both, yin yang. That's the way it works. You have to have balance. But if you're aware of your words and what you say, you can definitely control that, because you're casting spells all day long with the words that you're writing and you're saying, and then how you're thinking and how you're feeling. So the best words to say after I am is anything positive. Don't put anything negative after saying I am. And you're doing it nonstop because we were taught I am. But we didn't realize is that we were the ones that were saying I am. And when we refer to ourselves as I am, we're talking about ourselves. So if you say I am and you say something negative, that is going to make you feel negative inside, and that's going to become you. And you do not want to become that emotion. You do not want to become that whatsoever. If you say I am love, that is something very powerful. If you say I am abundant, that's powerful as well. If you say I am grateful, very powerful, high vibing. When you say I am happy, I am brilliant, I am smart, I am a genius, I am lovable. I mean, anything positive that makes you feel cute and good and feeling good. It's like a really good thought. It's like something that makes you feel really satisfied, and something that you just want to make you feel really good and joyful and happy. Do not say negative words. We can get so tempted from our own triggers when we trigger from our certain emotions talking to someone outside of us, because we have an inner emotion triggered, and then we go by that emotion, react to our own emotion by judging it and reacting and, holding on to it. And then we say something negative to the other person because we're blaming them and we're playing a victim in our own story. Well, that just comes back to you, because those words you say, you're casting spells all day, and then you're putting that low vibration out. You're putting negative energy, and that's coming back to you, and you're going to become that over and over again. Now, how we think and how we feel becomes our entire lives. We just don't realize it because we weren't aware of how we were thinking or how we were feeling. And when we become aware of that, we have to become aware of how we speak. And how we speak is everything, because how we speak becomes our personality. And you do not want to speak negatively about you or someone else. You can look at someone thinking they destroyed your life, they ruined your life, they broke your heart, they did this, they did that. It's their fault. blah, 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 blah. But in all reality, you are just playing a victim and you're playing the blame game. You're playing a victim in your own story. You are literally writing your own story by the words you're saying, how you're thinking, and how you're feeling, and how your body's vibrating, what that's putting out, which is the energy that you're putting out on a daily basis, which is from your own emotions. And you are writing your own story. How you are speaking is creating who you are. So if you become aware of how you're speaking on a daily basis, you will say words differently. You'll say uplifting words. You will say feel good words. You'll feel good about yourself. You'll say positive words. You'll practice positive self-talk. You will talk better to people. You'll realize that they are not to blame for your own emotions. They are, you should not play victim 24/7, or else you're going to create a victim in your own story 24/7. So how you're speaking is creating you, not them. How you're speaking to people, to yourself, is creating who you are, not how they are, who you are. And when you become aware of that, you'll be like, oh, that's awesome. All I had to do was speak better to people and myself and write better words down. Yes, because words are very powerful. And some people, when they say love, you feel it. It feels so good to say love because that is so powerful. Love is all of us. Everything is love. Love is the highest vibration you can get. And I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to money, by the way, money is love. Very high vibration. So if you don't feel love truly for yourself, you will not attract abundance. You will not attract the money because you feel negative about money because you don't feel love for yourself, and you feel negative for yourself and you don't accept yourself. So I'm not going to get into money because that can get really complicated, and I really just want to talk about how you're speaking. But how you're speaking is everything. How you're speaking to yourself, to others, how you're speaking to your kids. That is a huge one. How you're speaking to your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your friends, your coworkers, your boss, random people that you've never met. How you're speaking is becoming you over and over and over again. When you become aware of how you're speaking, aware of how you're thinking, how you're feeling, the speaking is what is going to get you, because you're going to realize that you've been saying negative words 24/7, and those negative words bring up negative emotions, and then you're becoming that over and over and over and over, and you're thinking that it's that other person's fault, and it's not, because you're just being triggered by your own emotion and how you feel for yourself, and you're just reacting to that person like, oh, it's your fault, blah, blah, blah. You're playing the blame game over and over and over again. I played that blame game. I accept that. I accepted that over a year ago. I accept it all the time. I played the blame game. I literally played a victim in my own story, but I decided to pick up my own pen, become my own author. I decided to turn my own page and started writing a whole new chapter, a life created by me. And that is what I decided over a year ago. And that is exactly why I created this group. Because when I became self-aware and I realized that focusing on yourself is so important, on your life, on your inner world, and if you don't focus on yourself, you will never be aware of how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're speaking, how you're acting, your behavior, and how disrespectful you are to yourself and to others from living in your past 24/7 and recreating your past 24/7. And it really all it has to do with how you're thinking, how you're speaking, and how you're feeling. It is your inner world that you should be focusing on 24/7, not your outer world. You should not be able to you don't have to work hard at all when it comes to self-awareness in your outer world or your surroundings, your external environment. It's all in here. It is all inside you. And when you become aware of that, you are going to become a witness to your thoughts and realize your thoughts are not you. Thoughts are not yours, by the way, because they only become you when you entertain them, judge them, or react to them, which means thought is chained and connected to a negative emotion every time. And then when that comes up, you're triggered really by that thought, and then that you become that emotion over and over again. But you entertain the thought, which means it became you. And you don't have to entertain any thoughts that you don't want to. If a negative thought arises and you don't like it and it doesn't make you feel good, just let it go. Just let it flow. Let it flow and let it go. It's just energy, and energy needs to flow. It's not you. You don't have to entertain it. It doesn't have to become you, and it doesn't have to control your emotions. Speaking, when you speak a certain way and you say something that you regret, okay, you're gonna feel bad, right? Okay, well, whenever you feel bad, that's a negative emotion that pops up. Seriously, this is all triggering. You trigger every single day by your thoughts, how you speak, how you feel, your own behavior, how you react to people, and everything in your surroundings. It's just, you're letting your surroundings control your own emotions. It's really that simple, guys. It is so simple. That is why I am teaching and guiding others to start this journey. And self-awareness and mindset is everything. So when you learn how to speak properly, better about yourself, better about others, be more kind. Because if you're not being kind to others, it's going to come back to you, not them, you. It always comes back to you. What you put out, you get back. What you give, you get. It all comes back to you. It does not matter how you feel for someone else and you think they deserve bad things. You're wishing that upon yourself. You're imagining for yourself. Even though you're imagining it for that person, it's always going to come back to you. Nobody else attracts for you. Nobody on this planet attracts for you. You have your own vibration. You are energy. You put out your own energy, thoughts, feelings, how you speak, how you act, physical, everything. You put out your own energy. Take control and take responsibility for your own energy. When you take responsibility for your own energy, you will do a mindset shift and an energy shift, and it's going to change your life. But that speaking, that thinking, that feeling, it's all you, and you can control it. You cannot control anybody outside of you, but you can control how you act, how you think, how you speak, and how you feel. You can always control that. That the minute you think that you can control someone outside of you, or you can control your surroundings, you're going to get something to come into your experience to remind you that you have no control over people, other people, and your surroundings. And then you're going to get a reality check. You're going to get a lesson. You're going to get tested, and then you're going to be guided by that. And that's how it all starts. So be aware of how you're speaking. All you have to do is, when you say something and it makes you feel really negative, stop saying it. And don't feel bad for saying something negative, because then you're just judging yourself. Let it go. Words are just energy. Let them go. It's just flowing through you. And if you want a mantra, affirmation, or intention, something to say to help you let energy flow through you, just say, energy flows through me easily and effortlessly. All the time. I say it in the shower. I say it everywhere I go. I think it, I say it, I started to write it down. But it helps so much, because you have so much built up negative energy inside you from holding on to it. And it's time to release it from your body. And then when energy is outside of you and it's flowing to you, someone's projecting it onto you, you do not want to hold on to that either. You want to let it flow through you. So you say to yourself, energy flows through me easily and effortlessly. Energy flows through me easily and effortlessly. I will tell you, when you become aware of how you're speaking, okay, and how it makes you feel, you're going to start talking really good about yourself. You're going to start talking really good to others. You're going to realize that they are just wounds. They have wounds as well. You have wounds, and you're just seeing your wounds reflected in them. That's all it is. You're seeing wounds in them, that you have wounds for yourself, and it has nothing to do with them. You're just seeing a reflection of how you feel for yourself and all your experiences and all your inner child wounds. And when you realize that, you will be more understanding, you will be more respectful to people, and you will be way more kinder, because you'll realize nobody has anything against you. You have no competition. There's nobody to blame, not even you. It's not even your fault. This is just a vicious negative cycle. It's a generational curse. It's just negative energy, and it's cycling through everybody, and nobody is aware of it. But when you become aware of it, you change your own game. And when you change your own game, you change your own life, because it all starts with a thought that is attached to a feeling that becomes an emotion, and that becomes a pattern, and it just cycles and cycles and cycles and cycles. But you can break that cycle. You can break your own patterns, and you can change your own life. Bye.